And the players getting themselves into game mode with the tip-off just moments away. And you've got it on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. With Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And our special guest at the broadcast table for this one, the celebrated Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Kevin, thanks so much. Always fun to hang out with you and all your crew and talk basketball.
All right, I've told Doris and Greg and David, just buckle up because we are going to be on a great ride with you. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You take a look at the Bucks. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, for Boston, they're the best in class when it comes to putting a great product on the court. And we've seen that in the early going.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the center. And for Brooklyn, down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Russell is out there with D'Anthony Melton. And it's Thomas in at the 3. He'll be the Nets off the tip. Well, Shams, obviously the big 3 in Brooklyn did not work out. But on the bright side, what a return they got for Kevin Durant.
It was one of the biggest packages in NBA history. They got 4 first-round picks, a bunch of other pick swaps. And listen, losing Kevin Durant as well as Kyrie Irving, that definitely hurt the Nets. But their front office is very happy with the haul that they were able to get.
And they can really build. And it's going to be fascinating, I think, Shams, to watch them build.
First-time head coach Jordi Fernandez, they know that they're building for the long haul in the long term. It's not just about one season in Brooklyn. They're trying to compete and have sustainable success.
Here is Russell. Claxton the pass to Johnson. Nets passing it around. Claxton sets the screen for Melton. Shot clock at 5. Back to Johnson. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Claxton, no good. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans. Out to Porzingis. Outside Tatum. Brown with a screen on Claxton. And the basket by Tatum.
Just tremendous understanding and fundamental basketball by Jason Tatum in pick and roll action. Beautiful.
Pass to Melton. It's Thomas on the wing. Claxton sets the screen for Thomas. A three-pointer is right on target.
Well, Cam Thomas is an enthusiastic three-point shooter. This guy will not hesitate.
Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Jordi Fernandez.
He noted how much extra film they're watching heading into this, and one guy that jumped out at them was Kristaps Porzingis. He said scoring over that guy is a challenge. It's not just the size, it's how well he positions himself. And he's a patient shot blocker. He waits for you to make your move. We'll see how they approach it. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You know, Shams, I don't know how many kids grow up thinking they're going to be an NBA insider. But clearly that is something that you probably thought about at one time or another. Did you think that was going to be your path?
Kevin, I knew at the age of 16 years old what I wanted to do, and this path I wanted to take an insider for the NBA because I loved playing basketball, I loved writing, and I had a genuine passion for transactions, for the behind-the-scenes stories. So to be able to tell that story to the fans, I feel like I am one of the fans. That's why I feel like I can relate to the fans, and so that's what inspired me mostly to take this career path that I've taken.
You're so connected. It is a pleasure reading you and hearing you.
Kevin, appreciate you so much, and just know the stories will keep coming.
Porzingis kicks to Holiday. Pass to Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's White. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Hey, Sean, for the past decade that you've been a major player in the NBA, it's been LeBron's league, it's been Curry's league. Who else is going to take over this league, you think, coming up around the corner?
Given the NBA Finals we just had, have to throw in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Luka Doncic into the fold as far as faces of the NBA. But Nikola Jokic is so good. He will be one of the guys for a while. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you have to mention him as well. But ultimately, you have to also keep an eye on Victor Wembanyama, the way that Victor Wembanyama could take over the league. And already, so early, was so special. Victor Wembanyama is someone to keep an eye on.
Okay, they just passed a note down to me, or Dan here. What about Anthony Edwards at Minnesota? He's another one, right? Young American player who is really making an impact.
Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, you have to consider those two as well. And it's special, the crop of young players that we have coming up in this league. One of them is sure to emerge as this generation's, whether you want to call it Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, there will be a face off this crop.
And we cannot wait.
Well, you see the effectiveness of Jason Tatum in close. Don't sleep on both his strength and his length.
White against Melton. It's Thomas on the wing. And the Nets miss again. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Oh, wow!
I tell you, this guy is capable of some amazing finishes. Jason Tatum, my goodness.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. A chance to check out stats for Drew Holiday.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Now, here's Melton. Still scoreless. Back to Johnson. Melton with a screen on Tatum. Outside Thomas. 6 to shoot. Offensive rebound.
Now, the first thing that strikes you as a player with Nick Claxton is how easily this guy gets off the floor. Vertical threat on the offensive end and an excellent rim protector on the defensive end.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Boston.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
And he makes the first. Shams, with as often as you've interacted with front offices all over the NBA, have you noticed any changes with how franchises operate with both the players and the media and that relationship and where it may be headed?
Everything has to be more specialized now in the organizations, but you're seeing true partnerships develop with teams and their players, especially their top players. The teams have to pay more attention now to data, to metrics than ever before. And the relationship between your top players in the organization, that is very, very important. And the teams that do a good job of managing relationships, of managing expectations, that is clearly what separates the elite teams with the bottom teams. And certainly players in today's generation are very, very polished when it comes to the media.
Oh, you framed that so well. And it's the Celtics with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn. Russell against Holiday. Claxton and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. And slam dunk by Tatum.
We know we're talking about a skilled scorer in these open floor situations. Jason Tatum knows where to be.
Russell passes to Thomas. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Pass to White. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. White's got 5 now.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Now, here is Russell. No scoring in this one. Just his first attempt. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. When you think about the great teams that we have seen and the great seasons that we have watched over the many decades, where do you think historically Boston's season will be placed?
The greatness of the Celtics can be measured in any one of their players can win an MVP, whether it's Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Jrue Holiday. They all have the ability, and Kristaps Porzingis, to all win individual accolades, but what makes them so great is they can sacrifice and be one for each other. You think about starting fives, the 2017 Warriors, the 24, 25, 25, 26 Celtics. For years to come, this Celtics group has a chance to compete.
The Nets making a switch here. Williams is checked in. So he comes up empty, missing both. Here's Boston now. They're on an 18-7 run. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. The Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
You know, D.A., we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break, and I'm really happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
Tatum dishes to Horford. Tatum kicks to Holiday. Horford with the screen on Russell. Holiday inside the line. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Now here's Thomas. 8 points for him. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6. And the influx of international players continues to just fill these rosters in the NBA. And Shams, it has truly become a global league.
It's truly a beautiful thing, right, Kevin? We want sports to bring people together, to really galvanize communities, no matter your ethnicity, no matter your gender, anything. And now I really feel we're breaking down a lot of barriers in the world.
And think, 3 of the top, 5-6 players, we got Doncic. We've got Porzingis, of course, who is such a nice player, but Antetokounmpo and Jokic. I mean, the names go on of key contributors to winning teams.
You have to make a case that the world team against the U.S. team, if they were ever stacked against each other, that would be a heck of a game.
Well, you and I would pay for the ticket, wouldn't we? I would pay to watch that.
I'm willing and able to pay immediately, Kevin. Sign me up. When are we going?
I hope soon.
You think about what Jaylen Brown brings to the table. Elite athleticism, 3-point shot making, attacking the rim in transition, so much to like.
Here's Watford, pass to Williams. Now Sharp, back to Williams. And it's Williams with the jam.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Cornette passes to Horford. Here's Hauser. Horford with the screen on Williams. No good from outside.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Watford finds Williams. Pass to Sharp. Launches a 3. Williams can't hit. Boston leading by 10. Pritchard passes to Cornette. Another shot. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy, right? I would love to have a rule that players just play and the top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of regular season games and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but to allow players to really be there in the big moments, to defend at a high level. And I would just love to have a healthy serum that we can spread around the league and keep these guys on the floor.
I think here at the table, we're all nodding our heads, looking up and down. We all agree completely with what you're saying. Johnson against Horford. Sharp sets the pick for Johnson. Drains the three-pointer.
Yeah, taking a scoring opportunity when it comes. The readiness of Cam Johnson, so good.
Pritchard passes to Horford. Johnson with the rebound.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
51 seconds left in the first quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Shot on the wing. That's good from Williams. The assist by Johnson. Williams has got it back down to within single digits for Brooklyn. Brown inside. He's guarded by Johnson. They set the screen. Horford from outside. And it's Horford again missing.
And they've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Johnson got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Brown inside. Johnson on him. Here's Hauser. Up in time. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for Boston. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be back with you shortly. So far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against Atlanta. Shams, we know you grew up in Chicago. I'm assuming you grew up a Bulls fan. Who didn't? And you had to have a favorite player growing up with those terrific teams.
I was a big-time fan of hoops in general. Definitely someone for me was Kobe Bryant. That someone wasn't a Bulls player. We almost got him one year, but that was someone I grew up watching. Kevin, did you have a favorite team or player growing up?
Well, I love Kobe. I called every season of LeBron and every season of Kobe Bryant. And Bryant actually did stuff for 2K. As you know, not too long ago, before his passing, he sat down for a couple hours. But I hate to rank them because Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron are all right there at the very, very top. Hard to beat Jordan, right?
Very hard to beat Jordan. Obviously, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Kobe, for me, watching growing up, that was the closest thing that I had.
On the floor for Boston, Tatum and Horford man the post positions. And it's Pritchard in at the point.
Jason Tatum continues to emerge, guys, as one of the most elite players on both ends. We know on the offensive end he's a dangerous three-level scorer. He's also capable of locking you up defensively.
Now here's Williams. On target from 13 feet. Williams has got 6. Here's Hauser, covered by Johnson. Outside, Horford. Pass to Pritchard. Picked by Horford. The 3. The Celtics get it back in a new 14.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Nets trail by 11. Goes up with the stripe. Shot by Johnson, no good. Celtic shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Count the basket.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And then Sharp with the dunk.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Here's Tatum after the basket by Brooklyn. Here's Hauser. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got 3 assists in the game. Now, here's Melton. He has yet to score. And it's Sharp missing. Celtics leading by 14. Tatum down low. He's guarded by Williams. And that one's good. Tatum.
Well, Jason Tatum has worked hard to fill out his frame. It's not going to bother him that you're bringing a level of physicality.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
quick review at the numbers for Jason Tatum. First in scoring. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. #1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Johnson gets the bucket.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Boston leading by 14. Tatum passes to Hauser. Fires the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Hauser's got 6.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Melton feeling it out a bit. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Melton against Tatum. Pass to Pritchard. And the 3 off target.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And good that time. Johnson's got his 2nd bucket of the night. The Celtics have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the 2nd. Cornette kicks to Tatum. They set the pick from past the arc. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Johnson, the pass to Melton. Lets it go from 11. Rebound, Boston. Horford's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Cornette. Here's Hauser. Nice ball movement by Boston. Left side, Tatum. Just 5 on the clock. The rebound by Sharp.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Williams' shot is off. Celtics leading by 18. Tatum down low. Johnson's there. 3-pointer, Horford. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5. Here's Melton. It's hauled in by Cornette.
Wow, this defense is blanking him down the stretch, and that's certainly hurting his team's chances.
Horford the pass to Hauser. Here's Cornette. He's guarded by Melton. Here's Hauser. And it's off from 3-point range. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 18. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And if you had to point to one problem in that game, it was their rebounding. Flat out terrible.
Well, the numbers back up that assertion, no doubt about it. And sometimes it's about, hey, we've got to get on the glass and make sure they're feeling us all night long. They didn't do that.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA 65 games requirement for postseason awards has drawn some criticism. But Adam Silver says, ultimately, this is about the fans and putting the best product forward. Load management was not working for us. This is having the desired effect, that guys are out on the floor. Kevin?
Yeah, they want to be on the floor, right? Keep them tuning in. Good stuff, D.A. Thank you. Williams for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Williams has got 9 points.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
Gotta dance like everyone's watching, dude. Like everyone's watching. Show us those moves. Oh, yeah. Keep on dancing.
group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Sharp. Johnson comes in for Trendon Watford. Thomas checked in for Williams. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Johnson. Celtics leading by 20. Outside Tatum. Pass to Holiday. Tatum with the screen on Russell. The kick out to Brown. Here's White. No good on the three. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Thomas dishes to Johnson. Holiday against Russell. Claxton sets the screen for Russell. Shot clock at 6. Porzingis with the steal. Pass to White. Back to Porzingis. Outside White. Brown with it. Lets the three fly. Sinks the three-pointer. Brown's got 5 points so far.
Well, this is where having a tighter handle helps Jaylen Brown in pick-and-roll play. Just gets to his spot and scores it.
Russell against Holiday. Outside Thomas. 5 to shoot. Claxton a screen on White. It's Thomas outside. The offensive rebound. The shot's good from Claxton.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Now here's Tatum. Coming in off a 41-point performance last game out. And he makes that one. Tatum's got 26 points.
When you allow Jason Tatum to build momentum offensively, it can be a scary night.
Russell passes to Thomas. Johnson outside. The three. Rebounded by the Celtics. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Yeah, and that one, unbelievable shooting display, especially from long range. That turned out to be the difference.
Well, and I think what that was a product of was their movement off the basketball. Just tremendous work on the perimeter.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pass to Claxton. Back to Johnson. Steps back and shoots. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Always so much fun to have Shams join us. No one with a better pulse on the NBA.
Man, Shams is always the first guy to know about the big moves around the NBA. Love hearing what he has to say.
Now Johnson. After Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go. And he's good on the 3-ball. Johnson's got 6.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Russell against Holiday. Johnson outside. Looks for Thomas. Gets it to him. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. 12 points for him.
I'm not sure how we define a difficult finish for Cam Thomas. This guy finds a way through contact.
Thomas against Brown. Driving in. Count that bucket. Brown's got 5 points in the quarter.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And so it's the Boston Celtics ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Here with Jason Tatum. You have been rolling early. How did you get in that rhythm?
Just staying aggressive. Just continue to get in the gym and see some go in. It feels good to see him go in early. And it feels good to have us have a good start. Hopefully we keep it up.
Yeah, it was flowing great in that first half, Jay. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Welcome to the half, as we first take a quick glance at the injury report from around the league.
Losing Brunson, they're missing a great distributor, a leader on this team. His value goes beyond what you see in the box score.
Yeah, he's the heart and soul. I mean, at least part of it. Big, big blow.
Changing topics now, how impressive was Jason Tatum in that first half?
You see the maturity in Tatum? Yeah, he's developed a skill. But it's also his mindset. He knows he has to be a great leader if this team is going to do great things.
Sage words from the four-time NBA champion.
Should have been 5.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
The Celtics shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. DeAnthony Melton out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Thomas in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And here are the Nets. Russell with it. Still yet to score. And then Thomas with the jam.
When Cam Thomas gets going, folks, he can get as hot as anyone in this league.
Tatum against Johnson. Tatum no good. Net shooting 40% from the field. Russell kicks to Thomas. Pass to Melton. Outside Russell. This one for 3. Hands it from downtown. Russell's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Arguably the most dangerous weapon in D'Angelo Russell's arsenal. This guy is a problem for the defense.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Johnson against Tatum. Thomas surveying the D. Pass to Melton. Pocket 6. His three-pointers off the mark. The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Brown outside. Tatum with a screen on Melton. Brown finds Tatum. Back to Brown. Three-pointer. Rebound, Brooklyn. You know, Doris, few teams have tried to invite Brown to be a shooter. He's punished them each and every time.
And he's had to put in the work, Kevin, to make himself a legit perimeter threat. And listen, the defense has to make choices. Athletically, this is one of the most gifted players in the league. If you're going to concede anything to Jalen, it'd probably be the three-point shot.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Boston. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, there's the Nets, 7.5 games behind.
Well, I think for Boston, they've gotten off to a terrific start this year. We knew they were capable of playing terrific basketball, and so far, they have not disappointed.
Yeah, and there really hasn't been any feeling out process for them at the start of the season. They were in peak form immediately.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Outside Tatum. From deep. Good on the three-point shot. Tatum's got 5 points now in the quarter.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Pass to Claxton. They need this. On the wing, Melton. And the three ball is good. Melton's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Russell against Holiday. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. White the pass to Holiday. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 7 rebounds in the game. Melton kicks to Russell. Pass to Claxton. Outside for Thomas. And he gets it to go. Thomas got 16 points.
That's agility and touch. Cam Thomas gets that to fall inside.
Here's Holiday. Bucket is good.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Now Johnson. He has 6. Thomas sets a screen for Johnson. Here he goes. Claxton trying to free himself up. Takes it off the glass. He's got 8.
Oh, Cam Johnson on the deck. Puts it in the basket off a great drive.
And now the fast break. Thomas with the ball. No good that time. Some solid defense from Brown.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Bem-vindo aí, meu brother.
Get loud. Here they are. Team Fight.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Hauser's checked in, and it's Pritchard in for Derek White.
the most passionate fans in the land. Let's go. It's T-shirt time. Fans, give it up one more time. Brooklyn's own Team Hype.
For Boston, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. And the way the Celtics can attack teams' doors with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
Here's Tatum. Good D by Johnson. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Here's Russell. And the layup is good. Russell's got 5 points in the quarter.
You have the sense that D'Angelo Russell likes to play through contact. This is a tough-minded player.
The three from Tatum. Brooklyn with the rebound. Russell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Claxton. Now Thomas. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Yes, that goes in.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Johnson kicks to Russell. The Nets working the ball around now. Back to Johnson. Pass to Russell. Fires from deep. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one.
After being held scoreless in the first, he's turning it on here in the second.
Holiday finds Porzingis. Here's Hauser. The tray. Drills it from outside. Hauser's got 9.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Outside Thomas. Pass to Johnson. Over Tatum. Johnson can't get it to go.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. Back to Tatum. Here's Pritchard. From the arc. It's good from long range. Hauser's got 6 points in the quarter.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Pass to Claxton. Now here's Thomas. And Thomas with the stop.
Well, you love the strong finish by Cam Thomas. So good when he's getting to his game with assertiveness.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
Please give a big round of applause for your next youth 10 team.
Horford substitution here for Brooklyn. Sharp's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Williams comes in for Cameron Thomas. Johnson, he's checked in for Milton. And Trendon Watford subbed in for Russell. The Celtics also changing it up. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Porzingis. And Al Horford subbed in for Drew Holiday. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge for an update on Jaylen Brown. David?
Hey guys, the Celtics head athletic trainer gave me an update. And this is an unfortunate injury and potentially devastating for them. The team was just starting to settle into its rotations. Now, next man up. Kevin?
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
There's no question, because even if you know what's wrong, individuals have different healing times. The time frames can be totally different for similar injuries.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And not too long ago, Doris, there were such high hopes for the Nets' future.
I mean, think about it, Kevin. A few years back, people were talking about Brooklyn being a dynasty in the making. They were loaded with talent. And for a lot of reasons, it fell apart pretty quickly. How fine is that line between success and failure in the league? Incredible.
The first free throw is good. Well, Greg, Boston didn't just win the title. They won their 18th NBA championship in style.
No series went more than 5, going 16-3 in the postseason, Kevin. Half of those wins were by 15 or more. The Celtics really weren't even challenged during that title run.
Tatum against Williams. The 8-footer. In deep, Tatum drops it in. Tatum's got 39.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
Johnson outside. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Watford. It's good. Watford's got 4 this quarter.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Horford in the post, covered by Watford. Tatum kicks to Horford. Horford with a screen on Johnson. Pritchard. No good on the triple. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Williams looking over the floor. Off target at the rim. What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for Boston. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. Back right after this. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for the Celtics, they've got Horford, and it's Tatum in at the shooting guard. Knocks it loose. Tatum against Martin. Pass to Watford. Martin the screen for 3. The shot by Watford, no good. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Gwinnett shooting about 42% so far. Sharp, the pass to Johnson. Well, a trend that we've seen over the past couple years is that the league is getting younger, Doris, than ever before.
And Kevin, that's a product of players starting to train seriously at a young age. And what they're training is their skill level, handling, passing, and shooting. The key here is, do they have a nuanced understanding of the game? There is where the growth has to come, but it is definitely getting younger.
Shot clock at 6. That shot wide open. Tatum's got 42 in the game.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Johnson outside. Pass to Williams. A 3-ball. Rebound, Boston. Tatum's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Keita. Here's Pritchard. That 3 off the mark.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And stolen by Horford. And here we go. Oh, Tatum in position. And here's Martin. Pass to Johnson. There's the drive.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Tatum down low. He's against Williams. Hauser the pass to Horford. 6 on the shot clock. Nice ball movement by Boston. And here's Tatum for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Tatum's got 45 points. Johnson down low. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
And just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
That's good from Johnson. And the league limiting players from making public trade demands, which I guess makes sense. That's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot. Keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leaving.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Brownie's checked in, and it's Cameron Thomas in for Martin. Horford sets a screen for Holiday. For the 3. That one's not going to go. Nets trail by 21. Outside Williams. Takes the 3. And the Nets miss again. The Celtics have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Holiday against Thomas. The kick out to Holiday. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Outside Tatum. Horford sets a screen for Tatum. Trains it from beyond the arc. Tatum's got 48.
Jason Tatum has built such consistency from beyond the arc. Doesn't matter if there's a contest or not.
Here's Johnson. Now here's Thomas. There's the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Thomas got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Well, the absolute response from 3 by Cam Thomas.
Holiday gets the bucket.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And how about the footwork? Check out those moves in the post and then the sweet finish to go along with it.
Excellent work around the basket. You're right, G.A.
Just incredible focus from the veteran guard. Drew Holiday, no stranger to scoring against a big-time contest.
Pass to Clowney. Thomas with it. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
That mid-range is where Thomas may be his most effective and confident.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Jason Tatum.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Celtics leading by 19. And taken away by Johnson. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. A slam dunk by Thomas.
Yeah, Cam Thomas will leak out in fast break situations. This guy loves to convert.
Porzingis kicks to Brown. Driving the lane. It's hauled in by Claxton. For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Here's Thomas. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Boy, as we reach the latter stages, he's been in a ridiculous groove. They simply can't get over the hump.
Here's Brown. Outside Tatum. Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Nets trail by 15. Thomas with the ball. Russell from long range. And it's White with the rebound. White's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Tatum. He got it again. Sensational.
My goodness. 50 for the A.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Here's Russell. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
Brown the pass to White. And here's Holiday. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. It's stolen by White. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Well, Derek White fearless on the interior right there. Tremendous finish.
Russell from long range. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Here's Tatum. Good, that's another bucket.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Here's Russell. to Melton. Now Claxton. It's Thomas, high post. White on Thomas, no good. And so White will bring it up for the Celtics. 16-point lead. And it's Brown that time on the assist by White. 11 points for Jaylen Brown.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Bounce pass, Thomas. Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
White finds Brown. Back to White. Now here's Porzingis. Claxton covering. White the pass to Tatum. Back to White. Beyond the arc. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Love to see Derek White go right up with it off the catch. No doubt right there. Just get the jumper flowing.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Celtics.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jason Tatum.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
Brooklyn with the ball. Russell left side. It's Thomas on the wing. The shot will not fall. Some solid defense from Brown. Russell against Tatum. Pass to Brown. Oh, Tatum in position. And taken away by Johnson. Russell feeling it out a bit. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Jaylen. A long season. What do you guys need to do to keep it rolling?
Just keep on a consistent rhythm with each other. You know, keep playing the game the right way, executing the game plan, and just do your job. It'll be fun.
You all did the job tonight, man. Congrats again on the win. Back to you.
All right, DA, thanks again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now we present the player of the game, Jason Tatum.
Tomou conta do jogo. Próximo jogo é contra Toronto. Então beleza, valeu galera. No próximo jogo a gente se encontra aqui. Tamo junto. Um abraço, valeu. Boa noite e ótima semana para todo mundo. Abraço, rapaziada. Obrigado aí. Até mais. Fui.